Today we'll be reading from Srimad Bhagavatam 6 into 7 chapter 28. I think everyone can just open it like that. 6, 7, 25. Mantra Because of the firm determination to follow the instructions of Srimad, his disciples, the demons, are now unconcerned about the demons in heaven. Kings and others who have faith in the mercy of the Brahmanas is the supreme personality of life person who always worship these things, always join from the instructions of Lord Brahma. It is understood that everyone very faithfully worship and praise the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is both Brahma and Vishnu. He is always dedicated to cows and dragons. Therefore, one who worships Govinda must satisfy him by worshipping the gods and cows. The government worships the cows and Krishna Govinda has never defeated anyone. Otherwise, it must always be defeated and condemned by the present moment. All over the world, no means have no respect for animals, cows, and Govinda, and consequently, there are chaotic conditions all over the world. In summary, although the demigods were very powerful, evil happiness, the demons defeated them in battle because the demigods had behaved disrespectfully towards the Brahmana master who was the headmaster. Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. So, I'm honored to be in the presence of somebody to be given a chance to speak. I'm not qualified to sit here, but the content is so I'm just speaking out from my feelings. The water, so, before I begin, I'd like to seek the blessings of the Vaishnavas assembled here so that our words govern the right spirit and once I help the Krishna to put some of the which will put it on. So, this is a very nice story. So, this is about the demon. So, many crucial lessons that we learned from this narration of the great lesson. So, today, the most important that we do is Vaishnava etiquette is not a detail. It is a crucial. It is a crucial, essential, and our spiritual lives depend on it. So, what is the meaning of detail as per the Vedas? Atyahara Prayasishcha Prajalpa Nirmaganda. So, Nirmaganda means either over enduring for a particular ritual detail or forgetting the ritual altogether and just saying that, oh, I'm spiritually inclined, I'm happy about it. So, Vaishnava etiquette does not fall into both these categories. Buckets. Vaishnava etiquette is the be all and end all for all Vaishnavas who are following the communication. So, Prabhupada says that along with Vaishnava etiquette, sadhana and bhajan are crucial for others. So, when Rupa Goswami says there are 5 core principles which are most essential in the matter of devotion. 5 are association with the Vaishnavas, and chanting the holy names, studying Srimad Bhagavatam, worshipping the deities, and living in the holy kingdom. And of course, for people like us, worshipping policy is a very crucial step as well as us. So, to chant the holy name is essential. That we all know. When we preach Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, following Hasti Yoga, Hasti Yoga, Hasti Yoga, Hasti Yoga. But follow the Vaishnava people. If you offend any devotees, then the chanting will have minimal effect. Prabhupada goes a step further. Prabhupada says that the very holy name that we chant will come to destroy you if you offend the Vaishnava. So, we have the holy name will come, but be very, very, very careful. So, that's why you like it. Simply chant the holy names and don't offend the others. And even today we read the 10 offenses. The very first offense is to blaspheme the devotees who dedicated their lives for propagating the holy name. So now how do we chant the holy names? So then even that as well. Pranapati Sarithena, Parayavati Sarithena, Manina Mahina, Kirtani Sarithena. So one should chant the holy names of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than us around the street, and one should be more tolerant than it. If these two conditions are fulfilled, pretty much offenses can never happen. That's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is trying to say. So, even listening to Bhagavatam class or reading Bhagavatam will not give you any taste if personality is not followed. That's why in Bhagavatam is named Sususos of the previous year, Vasudeva Pakariti. So, Srimad Bhagavatam Vipra Punya Shravana Kirtana. So, Vice-born sage, by serving the devotees who are completely freed from all else, great service is done. So, when we go to places like Vrindavan or homes, you can see our material vision works from we see buildings, we see roads. That's pretty much it. But what we see beyond comes from the Vaishnavas. So that's why people keep following the words of the Vaishnavas and following their footsteps. When Krishna is pleased with our disposition, Krishna manifests in our life. So even in the Bible, James Christ says, if you have something to offer to the altar, but if you have some kind of a card or a dispute with some other person, resolve it and bring it back to the altar. It's actually the Matthews. It's actually given to us. So that is probably the difference between Kanishthadikari and Madhyamadikari. So if you want to progress to Madhyamadikari, this is the way. Kanishthadikari only worships the deities, disregards everything else. But a Madhyamadikari worships all of the Vaishnavas as well. Madbhakta Pujita. Madbhakta Puja Abhijita. So performing first class worship in our devotees is simple. Learn to So, we are Kanishthadikari deities, Madhyamadikari worships devotees, like appreciation of Krishna. So, there is a very famous Rupa pastime that he brought some of the Western devotees to Vrindavan, and what happened after that was there was a bit of a quarrel because they were trying to bargain on a particular price. It was true that the Vrindasis and that was overcharging. The disciples were trying to get the right price, and they started fighting with each other. They started holding each other's armor, they started pushing each other, and after hearing that, Rupa told him, it's okay, you don't have to come now. It is important not to be cheated, but it is more important not to be cheated or be respectful. That is what Prabhupada says. So now, let's get back to the verse. What is the story? Is when Indra was being worshipped by so many exalted sages and rishis in the Svargaloka, not just them, so many people were singing the Bhanda, the Gandharvas. So many people were dancing, seriously, and he was being worshipped like a king. Is that wrong? Yeah, it is absolutely needed because even Yudhishthira Maharaj, he was in Vanaprastha for like in Vanavas for so many years. He could live easily without anything. But once he took up the thing, he took up the worship. It's kind of part of the job description. So, but and when India was in the middle of all of these kingly worship, who came? Bhaspati, his guru. Did he come as a surprise? No, he comes every day. Did he come with a lot of, facilities behind him? Did he come as an important there? No, he just loved him and he saw Indra was getting worship. He was happy with Indra getting worship. And what happened after that? Indra saw Bhaspati and what did he do? Even though he told, this is my service. I'm being worship, I'm doing my service. And okay, I'll just continue that. For how long? Just for a few seconds. He did not even take the worship for a few days, a few months, just for a few more seconds. And then Brihaspati thought, okay, I just let this done. But his mindset is that his response prayer is come. So he became invisible and he died. And what did he do? He was humble enough to stand up in court and he announced to everyone saying that what he did was a big mistake. That's not how God is. And he announced that because of me, all of you are going to lose your power. He announced that. So now, who is Indra? He is a devotee. He is not just a normal person who is a king. He is not like he is a pure devotee. And he has an important service to the Lord. He runs the entire planetary systems. Sun God houses everything like this. It comes through reasons. I won't say he's the original power. So to do this, he needs proper power. And like I mentioned, this is Maharaj himself capacity to accept the worship. So when we look at all the kings of nowadays, even kings of the past, you see that they have such vast costs, so much opulence around them. Indra's opulence you can't even imagine. So the people of the Swargaloka will think that Bill Gates is like, Hare, Bichara, poor guy he is. He is living in a house made of stone. In Swargaloka, no one lives in a house of stone, they live in a house of gold and jewels. So they don't need lights. So all the opulence that Krishna provided to 16,108 wives, Indra and Swargaloka residents are just casually having it. That's where they come from. So who are his subjects? People like Suryadev, Chandra, everyone were like such important posts and they were reporting to him. So thankful. So when power comes, great power comes, great responsibility, but also great power. So that's why when Indra worships, what happens is whenever he offers obligations, Vishnu himself properly comes to accept. And what happens when he performs an offense, it takes a few seconds to perform his part. So we might perform some minor offenses on a daily basis. So Krishna provides us a slight slap. And then when we don't listen, a little harder slap. When he doesn't, and we still don't learn, a much harder slap. Still don't listen, he makes us fall down to the depths of human indecency. That's what. But for Krishna, it's all good. It will be okay that Krishna is going to do that. It's good. He is going to do it, but so we do this verse. On this particular day, in the assembly, all the worship was white searching for him. What happened? Brihaspati comes and Ganesh Mohan and Maya. So in this way that it increases the illusion that he thinks that I am this body and all the things surrounding is mine. So this is what Indra's mood is. This tendency is irresistible. So everything in that assembly was focused on Indra. And one of the praise from Brihaspati, he didn't come from like I mentioned, with a lot of disciples, he didn't come with any movement basket, nothing. He's walked in. He understood that Indra was the point of false prestige, and he was so absorbed in receiving worship, and he was so intoxicated by his power and his wealth that he could not even stand up for his Guru Bhagavatam. He needed to do this Guru Bhagavatam. So that was his particular position. Now Brihaspati is very intelligent. What did he do? He had spiritual vision. He knew what was in hold of Indra. He covered himself and he so, and then Indra was actually humble enough to say that is my duty is king of this worship, but what I've done was a huge mistake. And where did this particular verse came from? Can anyone say, like, what I did was not a mistake, but all this worship that I'm getting is pretty much useless if where I am in this particular state that I am in this body and this way. So who says that in the Bhagavatam? Janmeshwari Sutta Sridhi, Vedamana Mother Puran. So it is not worth having these opulences. Indra says, if it is going to cause I fall down. But if we have it, might as well use it. So no one is asking us to, save life as I said, do it to the temple and everything. But if we have it, might as well not want to do it against it. So, Bhagavatam and the church is has these examples everywhere. Another example is Rupa. He is a great Brahmana of the time of Krishna. So he is in that kind of state. But what did he do? He was giving losses and someone might do management and I don't do English. This is what is going to happen to me. So, Bhagavatam is doing. And Rupa just continue doing this. It's kind of his duty. In Bhagavatam says, you are a beginner and don't even know the minimal thing of giving respect to an elderly figure, and he took a blade of grass and he mentions it. So, my favorite chapter, detail, it is more enough. So, now, we'll get back to the story. What happened? Indra didn't offer respect for two reasons. One of the two reasons, widespread and everywhere else. Because the Bhagavatam comes every day. He is just a good friend. That's what he became from a guru to a good friend. So, we take things for granted if they are available too much to us. That's the model of Indra. But Brihaspati's reaction is also very interesting. He did not curse Indra. He did not say, oh, fool, what did you do? He just silently walked away. So Brihaspati is not even angry that he was offended. Brihaspati just felt a little disappointed that, oh, my disciple, I spent spending him, and this is still where he is. I still have a lot of work to do on him, and he just left. Till now, it's Krishna's turn to relate to him. And what is the demon's reactions? They didn't need any phones or anything. They immediately got to know that the demigods have fallen. What was their response? They worshipped Sukasana. They did not worship him for any, particular weapon or anything. They just worshipped and Sukasana was doing something for them. Strength to defeat the demigods. So the demons have a tendency to fight with the demigods almost regularly. The demons will lose like 99.9% of the time. But the demigods will keep winning. And that's why this verse Brahma says that usually the demons are of no value to you, such an easy win for you. But because of this one mistake, the demons are now not worried about you. They're like, okay, we just another step, I'm going to now conquer Smargalota. So, whatever Indra or anyone else has, it's mainly by the grace of Krishna. He is the Supreme Lord. He is Jagat-Pitu, the Lord of the universe. And what is Lord Krishna's opinion on all of this? When he was sitting in the throne, when Indra came, he immediately got it from his throne, gave his throne to Indra, and offered worship. Rupa says that he was a brahmachari, he was a celestial sage, so Narada deserved the title. We spoke, it was Narada. And when Krishna was in his Lord's time, when Sudama came, the same reaction happened. He immediately came, washed Sudama's feet, he took Sudama to his bedroom and had a nice conversation. He offered Sudama all the respects that was needed for a Brahmana. Another example, so he respected the Brahmanas when Ram was with the Brahmins, and this is when Vashishta Muni took Ram for a few years to defeat all the demons and make sure all of the all the worship is happening for him. At that time, he was kind of the skillful master of Ram. And at that time, Ram would not eat. Yes, he got permission, he would not sleep. I mean, in those days, they don't even ask for permission. What they would say? When the guru tells you to eat, only then you eat. Otherwise, you just fast like it's fine. Who is Ram? The source of Ganga. What did he ask for? The meaning to his Vashishta, to Vishwamitra. That was the level of them. Ram had treated his guru. This is also is littered with this example. So Lord Chaitanya told Guru Ishwar Puri also had a similar relationship. So when Ishwar Puri asked, can you come please into me and related version? Chaitanya Puri told, you are a great devotee, whatever you write will be correct. And even if it is wrong, it is better than to be right than to offend the master. Lord Chaitanya also defeated Keshav Kashmiri, and he defeated in such a wonderful, honorable way that Keshav Kashmiri did not even feel bad. He was like, okay, I committed a mistake, he corrected it. So that's kind of, he was very happy. And Keshav Kashmiri, why that respect was given was he was still elder by age, also he was a disciple of Saraswati. So he made it possible. Also, I'm guessing the person who was Ramchandra Puri, he was famous for criticizing everyone. And he even criticized Chaitanya Mahaprabhu because you are eating so much. And what he told people, he immediately ordered all his disciples. And now, I'll eat only a little bit of rice and a bit of banana. So, break the heart of all of the disciples. But that is what is needed. So, why are so many graphic examples needed? Throughout the scriptures, they are present. Because it is not in detail. So, core principle that we should keep close to it. Rupa even said to all of his disciples. The problem with you people is that we do not hear God enough. Should have that fear intensely. Even if you are right, if you don't say it right, still that is the problem. We are actually seeing faults in others because we didn't say it. there are a lot more examples. Another, okay, I'll just remove the performance only Russian fans. But the most famous person for doing Russian acting who is an exception is Renu Kasura. Why is he an exception? He did enough offenses that he got himself killed. Don't let it let happen to us. Another really funny example is Durvasana. He performed an account to whom Ambarish Maharaj. And after that, he suffered for an entire year. He walked everywhere. He came back to Ambarish Maharaj and he fell on his feet after the 40 days. What is the consequence? Did he learn his lesson? Absolutely. Where can we see Ambarish Maharaj learn his lesson? Does anyone can connect it to the Mahabharata? Sorry, there was no sorry. The Pandavas. Yes. But when Durvasana came and when he was told by Duryodhana like, okay, go, Draupadi will give you a lot of big shoes. And he went to Draupadi, Draupadi is worried, what do I do? And when Krishna came, when he ate that morsel of food, and when Durvasana was satiated, what happened? Durvasana got scared. He cannot afford to make an offense again, he ran away. He did not even pay obeisances, he did not say sorry, he did not come back. He just ran away. So that is the overall learning lesson. That is what we should be doing. So, Lord Chaitanya says, racial etiquette is the ornament that makes the devotee beautiful before God. It is better to be ugly or poor rather than rich and beautiful and think that you are better than someone else. But if we follow the etiquette, it is very important to have certain opinions so that we can make sure that we spread Krishna consciousness because where are we? We are in a movement. We are not in a bhatta. We are not supposed to just section. We are supposed to help Prabhupada with his movement. So that, okay, we need certain facilities, we are going to use it. So, it is kind of my falling into that. And also this Vyasasana, thinking that I'm speaking, but it's we don't have this word, I'm sorry. So, this is the secret of success to spiritual life. To have firm determination. It's important to have firm determination in this particular chanting, also etiquette, and bhakti. These are the three things. Vyasarapika buddhi, ekruhi kirimata. Even Lord Chaitanya says, I'm not a Brahmana, I'm a Kshatriya, not a Vaishya, not a Sudra. Not a Brahmachari, Grasta, not a Professor, nothing. I am a master, okay. But again, go to the Bhakti Padakaliyo, das. That's the one. So, there's another example. So, I'll just conclude by saying that this, what Chaitanya is doing, all these are proper lessons. It is very serious in the proper exchanges of Vaishnava etiquette shared amongst devotees. That is becomes right Rupa. So even the famous example, our the person who came to give class, among the crew, he told that imagine that the key to the lock of skillful world is in your hand, but the key is with someone else. And you don't know who that person is, but that person knows who that you are the. Just imagine how you will be treating each and everyone thinking they have the key. So if you think that, you don't have to go to Vaikuntha. So, but not because we make it like Vaikuntha, but because we are pleasing Krishna and Radharani, that their spiritual abode descends in that place to create Vaikuntha atmosphere. That is all important. It is not just something that we should like to do. It is not something that like a detail, like today we do, tomorrow we don't, it's okay, we have good enough. It is something that we will be ruined and destroyed if we don't do. And that is what we need to do, and that is what is the goal of the story of the seventh chapter 16. The Srimad. So, thank you for patiently listening to me. Learn something.